everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Let's Play Ni no Kuni. In the last episode, we went all the way up to the top of Old Smoky and battled Moltan, the guardian of the volcano, who was released by Shadar to defeat us. And we also, rounded up a side quest with Tika Mahala. In this episode, we're going to do the last side quest that's here for a little bit, of retrieving that old Pasho's diary. It's somewhere near Old Smoky. And we're also going to go to Castaway Cove. But first, I just wanted to show you guys something. Off screen, I bought some equipment. I put Wrath back up here because, well, I do like Faye, and I want Faye to be in the party, but he's one level and very close to getting that level to get a new move, Body Blast, and on top of that, I can evolve him because I have that star drop now. So I want to get into that level, evolve him, and then we might switch back around. But for now, Wrath's going to be in the party. I also got Banana Joe the Bravado badge, which gives him more accuracy and more evasion, which I thought would be really good for him because since he wields axes and hammers, like Angelus does, if I give him an axe, axes usually lower your accuracy, so having an extra bit of accuracy couldn't hurt. And that's really all. Oh, I also got Bab some crude claws, and Spooky still has basically the same equipment he had before. But with all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, we are good to go. Oh, I also decided to give Wrath the flint spear instead of trying to go for a more magical spear. I mean, we don't really have access to a more magical spear now I think about it, so I didn't really have a choice in the matter. But I think I'm going to give him the more offensive spears because it seems, at this moment at the very least, it's more about physical for him. All of his abilities are physical based. Well, all of the ones that do damage are physical based, so raising his attack is definitely a good idea. At the very least, that's my assumption. He is going to get eventually a magical elemental move, and at that point maybe I'll give him a more magical spear, but we'll cross that road when we get to it. Right. Glad we sorted that out. Okay. Yes, run! Run as fast as your little legs can carry you, cur! Alright, we gotta find that diary, and I gotta get into at least one battle if I want to get, him that level he needs. Alright, let's see. Just gotta look at the ground carefully, because I vaguely remember from my practice file where it is. That's the first crack. I don't think it's that one. I think it's, like, this tree over here, maybe? Well, now we get our battle. There we go! Level 13! Got Body Blast, and I'll put that on immediately, because he needs a move like that bad. Let's see, that's Blinding, that is Raise Evasion. I'd be willing to get rid of that for Body Blast. Okay, and while we're in the neighborhood, we might as well give him what he needs to evolve to the next level! The Chloroboros. Let's see, at level 16 he'll get Plasma Ball. Ooh, and he'll get Sea Stars at 25. Alright, let's see. Dun 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 dun. Wrath metamorphosed into Chloroboros. And now he gets one more new trick. Nice. And you know what? I got 2 sour sundaes. Let's give him another one. Just to show him how much we appreciate his evolution and his work that he put in. Good. Okay. Well, considering I have another opening, I might as well put Pick Me Up back in. Yeah, so I guess the proper thing to do would be Sandblast, followed by Body Blast. Spinning Body Slam deals physical damage to single, and then maybe a Pick Me Up. At least until we get his other abilities that he will be sure to get. Alright, so wait, was that? Oh no, that was Drippy's speech bubble. My mistake. I think it's... yeah, here it is. Hey, I wonder if this is... that old duffer's diary! It's a bit burned around the edges, mind. Well, I'm sure he'll still be glad we found it. Let's get it back to him, Mr. Drippy. Obtain the Traveler's Diary, yet again. Wonder how it got burned. I mean, I suppose there's a lot of creatures that spew fire around here and there's the lava, but if it got close enough to the lava, it just burst into flames, so... I don't know. I am looking forward to getting Wrath a bit more levels. I mean, I don't know... I do want him to get more levels, don't get me wrong. But I do also need phase water moves on Oliver, because I have a fire user, I have a wind user, and now I have Wrath, who's just physical attacks, which I have with Sir Korit anyway. So he's not really filling much of a niche. He'll get Heliotosis, which causes poison, which is useful, and he'll also get Plasma Ball, which is a store move, but I don't know if I'm going to be using that right now. I'd like to get him some levels, maybe get him caught up with everyone else, then pop Faye back in. That's probably what I'm going to do, honestly. I don't know if I'm going to need water anytime soon. That's the only reason why I'm buffing him right now, at the very least. I suppose I could cut this till we get back to Almond Moon. It's not like we're going to see much, but is it really that long of a journey? I mean, I'm almost there anyway. Nah, I'll just keep talking. I'd ask you guys how you're doing, but I mean, unless you comment below, you can't really tell me how you're doing. And I can't really tell in real time. But I hope you're having a good day. Almost there. Should I pick up the spring water while I'm here that's like in the corner? Yeah, I might as well. I mean, nothing's going to attack me. Nice. Okay, now we'll go back into the city and we will talk to our good old friend. Oh yeah, it's a kind of a long walk back to there. Maybe I should have cut some of this. Forget it. It's fine. You guys don't mind, right? We'll have a nice little, I guess technically one-sided talk until you comment. Ooh! 15 guilders. Alright. Let's see. And yeah, there's no other side quest here. This is the last side quest for now. I suppose I could make a quick stop at Swift Solutions. Just drawing a blank there on what it was called. But I don't think there's any bounty hunts, at least not till we get to Castaway Cove. And I don't know when those trigger. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. This is your diary, isn't it? Oh, I say you are a marvel, a treasure, a brick of the First Order. Try not to lose it again, okay? Oh, absolutely! You have my most solemn promise, my vow as a gentleman, that it will never leave my sight again. Here, a reward, dear boy. Hallowed Habit. Ooh. So that's 200 guilders. Huh. Who do I want to give that to? 3 merit stamps. Okay. I kind of want to give that to Faye. Well, let's see. In regards to the other... it's not worth it. That's better. Is it better than your Mist Robes? Yeah, but it lowers your magical defense. What are you normally at? 83 and 55. So that gives 3. Lowers 4. Nah, that's not worth it for you. Alright, what about you? It doesn't look like it's worth it for you either. So you start at 14, you get to 17, you're at 30, you drop to 26. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, for a gain of 3. Yeah, that is not worth it for anyone. Alright, I guess that's Hallowed Habit is not as useful as I thought it was. No one can use it for it being of value to anyone. I suppose I could stop at, I'm not gonna buy that many carrots. Don't mind me, I'm getting something for something at a later date. Well, not that much later, we're probably gonna get it really soon. So what do you have? I could buy more of those, because I don't have any, but I'd like to keep those to a minimum right now. That's enough to get what I'm thinking about making. How many of those do I have? 3? Ooh. Yeah, that's enough for now. At the very least, that will allow me to show what I want to show off. Any happy hoo-ha. Excuse me, sir. Now we're on our way to Castaway Cove. There isn't really much else for me to do here anymore. I mean, I suppose I could get, you know, provisions like healing items or grab some more of those phoenix downs. I mean, phoenix feathers. I think that's what they're called here. But I want to save my money for a little bit. I mean, we're about to be going to a new town, which is going to have new equipment and other stuff, which kind of makes it seem like the equipment that I bought there kind of pointless, but I mean... Oh no, they are running away. That's going to make a side quest later really dang challenging. That is not good at all. Oh shoot, this is a new area and I have to do bios for everything.
We're under attack!
What is Rhinostorm weak to? I think it was water, and I don't have that anymore. Well, let's do Body Blast. And now he moves slower. Sandblast. Well, that didn't work. Going back. I'm so slow. I hate Curse. I have Curse Be Gone, don't I? Or something to that effect? Let's see, I got Confusion Be Gone, Blindness Be Gone, Poison Be Gone. No. I have nothing of that effect. Okay, so slow! Oh, nice! 3 levels! Oh, and we got a Sun Drop! Useful. Nice gains. Okay. Well, that's not good at all. Let me pop 2 of those. Hey, that's better. Alright, so, new area near Castaway Cove, which means it's time for some bios! Yay! Alright. I'll meet you in just a moment. First on our new list of familiars is the Purloiner. Vexatious creatures known to target wealthy humans and steal their valuables. This is almost always done for the thrill alone, and the plunder is soon returned. They are weak to water. I mean, being a cat, that's kind of obvious. Cats hate water. Well, not all cats, but this looks like a domestic cat, and they hate water, but that's neither here nor there. They can drop supple leather and moon drops. They can know Ray of Light, Drowsy Drops, and Sea Stars. Now let's see what they evolve into. Its first form is the Cat Purse. Though these creatures will pick a wizard's pocket without a moment's hesitation, one need only tickle their ears to make them return what they have stolen. They are resistant to fire but weak to water, and like the other form is born under the moon sign. They drop planet drops and phoenix feathers. So, I mean, if you need phoenix feathers and you can find a cat purse in whatever area they're found, they can know smoke bomb, dark cloud, slice and dice, and more. Now, the cat purse can become the Puss in Bouts, known to entice humans into duels, wagering their worldly possessions upon the outcome. They proudly wear their winnings as trophies. Like the previous form, it is resistant to fire and weak to water. It is born under the sun sign, however, and can be found at the Billy Goat's Bluff. They can drop green grapes and planet crystals. They know Time to Shine, Plasma Ball, Thunderbolt, and more. And the other form a cat purse can become is the Puss in Boats. These pirate-mad creatures have developed a swashbuckling fighting style. They even dress like their seafaring idols. They are resistant to water and weak to fire, unlike the other forms. They are born under the moon sign, but it's unknown where you could find them. They drop... I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm going to guess Tacha stones? And meteorites. They can know Maddening Melody, Razzle Dazzle, Black Blast, and more. Alright, now we go to our very next person on this list. Next page, and on the Millites section, no, obviously, is the Hobgoblin. These curious creatures usually settle in mountainous areas, where they live in large communities. The sticks they carry are used for hunting, cooking, and more besides. It has no weaknesses or resistances, and it is born under the moon sign. They can drop Confusion Begones and Planet Drops. They know Ray of Light, Sea Sense, and Rolling Stone. Now the Hobgoblin evolves into the Gobfather. These creatures become very attached to their knives, and use the same one for years at a time. They don't seem to mind getting them bloody, however. They have no weaknesses or resistances like the previous form. They are born under the star sign. It is unknown where you could find them, however. They drop black truffles and pixie dew. They know Warcry, Fling Flame, Petrifying Poke, and more. Now the Gobfather can evolve into the Gobspeed. Known to target travelers for their weapons and armor, Gobspeeds adapt their equipment they steal for their own personal use. Like the previous form, no weaknesses, no resistances. But it is born under the sun sign. These can be found at Billy Goat's Bluff and drop Drake Stones and Sun Crystals. They can know Warcry, Slice and Dice, Ray of Light, and more. And the very last form Gobfather can become, or one of the forms I should say, is the Gob Forsaken. Hobgoblins that have become utterly evil, known to hide in the shadows, waiting for a moment to deal with an unexpected victim, a fatal blow. They are resistant to darkness, but weak to light. They are born under the sun's sign, like the Gobspeed, and these can be found at Nevermore. They drop Cappuccinos and Big Babanas. They can know Evil Embrace, Demon's Fury, Black Blast, and more. Now, if I had to guess from these two things, you probably want to go for the Gobspeed because it doesn't have any weaknesses at all, where the Gob Forsaken is weak to light. However, if you want some dark moves, you're going to want to get the Gob Forsaken. The Gobspeed is probably a more physical thing because, I mean, it's got Warcry, Slice and Dice, Ray of Life. Ray of Life, what is that one? Is that a physical attack? I don't remember. But, point remains, one's physical, one's darkness, take your pick. And now we move on to the next one. As you just saw, quick reminder, Rhino Snores are found here. Rhino Snores are weak to water, and they drop Fluffy Rice and Glow Caps. Again, this is just a quick reminder what Rhino Snores are. You can catch one here if you didn't catch a Rhino Boar. But again, like with any evolved form catching, you probably want to catch the lower form so you can get the stat points given to it later. But that's your decision to make. Now we move on to the next one. The other thing we fought in that last battle is the Womback. Though these creatures tend to keep to the dark caves that they inhabit, they are able to sense when their companions are in danger and will fly to their rescue whenever they are. They are resistant to storms. And born under the sun sign, they can drop Blindness Begons and Sun Drops, as we just found out. They can know Evil Embrace, Spite, and Dark Cloud. The Wombat evolves into the Wishing Wombat, immediately at its first form. These creatures will invariably fly to the aid of a comrade in crisis, flapping their wings to create a mighty wind that drives away the aggressor. Like the previous form, it is resistant to storm, and it is born under the star sign. These can be found at Tahiti, and drop Star Drops and Milk Chocolate. They know Rolling Stones, Sabotage, Whirligig, and more. And it can evolve into the Vampire Bat. Often believed to be selfish creatures due to their insistence on doing things their own way, they are in fact rather kind-hearted and generous. They are resistant to darkness, but weak to light. They are born under the star sign like the previous form. These can be found at the Miasma Marshes. They drop Cold Stones and Pixie Dews. They know Short Circuit, Leech, Slowpoke, and more. And the other form a Wishing Wombat can become is Captain Whamtastic! Creatures who will fly to the aid of anyone who cries help! Their propensity to protect the weak and reject evil makes them a true ally of justice! They are resistant to light and weak to darkness. They are born under the star sign like all other forms. It is unknown where you could find them, unknown what they might drop, but they know Time to Shine, Razzle Dazzle, Wind Tunnel, and more. Now, obviously the split here is one is a dark, one is a light. Dark and light share the relationship in most cases that if it's resistant to dark, it's going to be weak to light, and if it's resistant to light, it's weak to dark. So it's really a toss-up here which you want. Do you want the Vampire Bat that has dark moves, or do you want the Captain Whamtastic with his light moves? Light moves are weak to dark, and you're probably more likely to encounter a dark enemy than you are to encounter an enemy using light attacks, but you can still encounter enemies that use light attacks. So again, it's a toss-up which one of these you want. Personally, I'd probably get Captain Whamtastic because justice. But now we move on to our next familiar. Next we have Tuwit. These nocturnal creatures are usually asleep during the day, though rumor has it their narrow eyes see the truth in all things, even when closed. They are resistant to storm. Their common sign is the moon. They can drop Sleep Begons and Creamy Flan. They can know Ray of Life, Razzle Dazzle, and Whirligig. Now the first form they evolve into is the Tuhu. The heart-shaped outline of these creatures' faces means that they are often drawn by children as symbols of peace. They, like the previous form, is resistant to storm and born under the same sign. They can be found in the islands south of the Summerlands. They drop ice cream and cheeseburgers. They know Thunderstorm, Rise and Shine, Whirly Whirls, and more. Now the Tuhu can evolve into the Sharphooter. Never seen without their top hat and glasses, Sharphooters' chivalrous nature means that they are unable to stand idly by when there is a damsel in distress. They are resistant to both storms and darkness. They are born, like the previous forms, under the moon sign. It is unknown where you could find them and unknown what they would drop, but they know Rockabye Baby, Lease of Life, Ill Wind, and more. And the next form that a Tuhu can evolve into is the Hooting Star. The pattern on the Hooting Star's breast plumage looks like a giant face and is genuinely terrifying when glimpsed at night. They are resistant to storms and light. They are born under the moon sign, and it is unknown where they can be found and unknown what they drop. They can know Wind Tunnel, Slowpoke, Healthy Glow, and more. Alright, so we have a similar instance what we had with the Wombat, but unlike the Wombat, these two forms aren't weak to each other. Like a Sharphooter can do dark attacks to the Hooting Star, but it's not going to be super effective, and the Hooting Star can do a light attack on the Sharphooter, but it's not going to be super effective. That being said, you might want to go for the Hooting Star, because like I said, Darkness is more common of an attack type with your enemies that you'll be fighting in the game. It's probably going to be like late game that you fight more dark enemies, but that's neither here nor there. Where Darkness, I don't think there's as many light enemies even early game, but I could be wrong on all accounts. Further, if we take a closer look at Hooting Star's attacks, it looks like it has more like health-related and debuff abilities, but the and more might include some light attacks. But anyway, we still got a few to touch on, so I'll be right back in just a moment. And next we have Monolith, usually found in and around abandoned temples. Monoliths are ancient stone tablets brought to life. Extremely sturdy, they turn aside most blows with ease. They are resistant to physical attacks, and are born under the sun sign. They can drop Creamy Milk and Shadow Glass. They can know Bracer, Petrifying Puff, Spite, and more. Now the Monolith here can evolve into a Megalith. These lively creatures are full of curiosity and simply will not stop pestering anyone who visits the ruins in which they reside. They, like the previous form, are resistant to physical attacks. They are born under the star sign and can be found at the Vault of Tears. They drop Star Drops, Dragon Tooth Springs, and can know Yoo-Hoo, Water Bombs, Evil Embrace, and more. Next is the Paleolith. Paleoliths can generate an electrical charge by spinning their faces at high speeds. This circular movement also has the effect of disorienting their enemies. Like the previous form, they are resistant to physical, and they are born under the moon sign, unknown where you could find them or what they drop, but they know Thunderstorm, Razzle Dazzle, Upsy Daisy, and more. And next we have the Neolith. Though generally passive and motionless out on the battlefield, these creatures scorch their enemies by spouting flames from their mouths. Like all forms, they are resistant to physical attacks, but born under the sun sign. Unknown where you'd find them, unknown what they drop, but they can have Blazing Breath, Blunt, Leech, and more. Alright, so basically the difference between the final forms on this one is one can learn storm moves, one can learn fire moves. It's your choice what you want to get out of there. I mean, I'm probably not going to pick this one up to use in actual battle, but I mean, you never know. But now we move on to our next and final familiar that can be found in this area. Hey, remember that familiar that we got at the Temple of Trials? Here it is again! Once again, see, this one is in a relatively close area. After you finish the Temple of Trials in Old Smoky, you can come over here and catch a Shonky Honker. So, I mean, this one is further away than the last one, but it's still relatively close to the Temple of Trials, so yeah. But that, ladies and gentlemen, does it for this look-through of the enemy bios of this particular region. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move forward. Let's see, we already fought Rhinosaurs. Oh, wait, hold on. I see a item that I want to pick up. Oh, guess we're fighting Wombats first, though. Nice levels. Ooh, Sun Dropping Confusion be gone. Oh, wait, I just realized I didn't include that fight, and there was a new enemy in there. Well, when we actually fight the new enemy, or if we fight it a second time, I'll show it. There was a Hobgoblin in there. I believe I forgot to talk about it. Okay, there's another Rhino Snore. It's a bit of a ways down from here. Is that a Monolith? That's a new enemy. Gonna have to fight it to include it. Oh, yeah, Purloiner. We haven't fought one of those. Yeah, we'll do Whirligig on the Monolith because physical attacks don't mean jack to it. Take that! It's two new enemies that we fought there. We have a few to still encounter, like Hobgoblin and one other one, I think. Yay, you learned Heliotosis! Gonna put that on, because having a poisoning move, I like. There we go, now we have Sandblast, Heliotosis. I can blind them, then I can poison them, and then I can do that. Good, good, good. If I remember correctly, there's an area around the map here somewhere that... Aha! Knew it. There's another bridging area right over here. And I see another new enemy we haven't fought yet right over there, so we're gonna go and do that. Nice. And there was another draw spot over here, which is the real reason why I came over here, but that's not even enough. Surprise!
We can do this! Here goes!
There we go. Well, I might as well do it on this. I mean, it's not really against physical, but whatever. Since Esther has the 2-hit already on lock, and it healed. And down it goes.
We did it!
Alright, let's see what we have. Alright, level 7. I think it learns a new move now? No, wait. Heliotosis was the new move it got at level 6. What's the next new move? That would be Plasma Ball at level 16. Wait, no, wait, never mind. That's MP, not level. Level 16. I want to get you to that level. And then we'll plop Faye back into the group. What's that that's running at me? Oh, it's a Purloiner. Another Purloiner. Let's see which Purloiner is going to battle. It's the first one. Nice. Yeah, I didn't think I needed water now, but I forgot that both Rhino Boars and... Oh, hey, Slumberknot leaves. Both Rhino Boars and Purloiners are weak to water. And a lot of things around here are resistant, not weak to storm. I should probably have realized that. Oh well, nothing I can do about it now. What's done is done. We need to battle a Hobgoblin, and then we have everything. I don't see any on the overworld map right now, but... No, that's a Monolith. We're almost at Castaway Cove anyway, so... Oh wait, there's a Hobgoblin! But here's a Womback that isn't going to let me fight it. Ooh, nice. Oh, and glow caps. Alright. Okay. Also good. Alright, and I don't see that... Ah, he's still there. Excellent. I kind of want to catch a Hobgoblin because I want to name it Ganondorf. There's no weakness or strength. Might as well use Whirligig on you. Oh, well. Oh, hey! We can catch a Womback.
I'll give it
For justice!
Are you ready?
I think it falls under Aves, because it can fly. Well, if I ever want to replace Go-Go on our team, I can put this here. Angels can metamorph! Well, let's see. It's a bat that's all about justice. Well, I mean, it's not nearly going to be as dark as Bruce, but... as Batman, but... you know, it's a bat, and it's justice. So I gotta go with Bruce Wayne. Oh, wait, that won't fit. I can just name it Bruce. What are your suggestions? Wamberbat, William, Winfred, Wambo. No, Bruce. Bruce is better. Because Batman. Alright. Well, glad we got that all sorted out. Still want a Hobgoblin so I can name it Ganondorf, but that'll come at a later date, I'm sure.
Jeepers.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Castaway Cove, a haven of half-dressed harmony. I saw a blue treasure chest, I want it. Gonna have to find it. Stop! Thief! Huh? A thief? Where? That man, he ran off with a huge pot. Come back here! You must pay! Someone has to stop him! It's daylight robbery! You're not gonna let him get away with that, are you, Ollie boy? No way! We need to go after him! That's the spirit! Proper brave you are, Mun! No wonder you passed them trials! I knew you'd say that, Oliver. Let's chase down that guy. Criminal. Alright, come on! We sure will chase after that guy, but there are side quests and, other such stuff to take care of. I don't think that guy's gonna let us shop at his shop until we take care of the thief, though. Ooh, 40 guilders. What do we have here? Got some sweetie pie. And you have bounty hunts? Oh, I completely forgot I did those. I never turned them in. There's a lot of stuff here. Well, first let's claim our bounties that I completely forgot to claim. Awkward. Nice. Some of those bounty hunts we're not going to be able to do for a while, but I'll still claim them. Hey, another set of flame robes. Nice. Ooh, and I got a bonus there, too. Alright, first dual desert. Northern Shimmering Sands, Summerlands. A bony beast keeps challenging travelers to duels in the desert. It looks like a fierce opponent, but it must be dealt with. Okay, Merchant's Menace. East of Castaway Cove. A monster has been attacking traveling merchants and stealing their wares. It must be dealt with as soon as possible. You get fish burgers and 400 guilders for that one. What about Magnius? At the foot of Old Smoky, a hot-headed monster is trying to make Old Smoky blow. That would be a disaster. The beast must be stopped, and we just freaking dealt with it. Okay, and yeah, I think these are... yeah, these are on islands. In areas where we just can't reach them yet, so we're not going to touch those until I feel we can get there. People with more troubles than they can swallow will place notice on the errand board over there. Check it regularly to see if you can help out. Oh, sorry about that, Mr. Drippy. You were busy having a gag fall there, and I kind of interrupted it. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to do really quick? Oh, right! I gotta metamorph you! How silly of me to forget! Wait, I want to check, though. You get hot outfit level 16. I might as well wait for level 16. I can hang on to it. I mean, it uses, what again? It uses a sun drop. We have a sun drop. I'll just wait. Let's quickly grab this over here. Now, where's the next thing? If I go across there, yes, I find a person with some, a virtue that they'd be willing to give us. Let's see, what do you got, miss? What's your virtue? What should I prepare for her tonight, I wonder? Are you cooking dinner, miss? Indeed I am. There's an old lady who lives alone near here, you see. I assist her with domestic tasks and so on. So you're her maid, huh? Oh, no, nothing like that. It's merely something that I choose to do. The old lady, she cared for me when I was a child. I'm merely repaying the many favors that she performed for me. There ain't a lot of people who do that kind of thing without asking for a single guilder in return, you know. This one's got more kindness in her little finger than most folks got in their whole body. Excuse me, miss. We were wondering if you'd be able to help us with something. You require my assistance? That's right. We were hoping you'd be able to share a little bit of your kindness with us. There's somebody who needs it, you see. If it'll help someone who's in need, how could I possibly refuse? Thank you very much, miss. Take that kindness. How does that woman to the right of us see? The bandana is over her eyes. Well, time for a blue question mark of kindness. The thought that I might help someone gives me the greatest satisfaction. Oh hey, you're actually a side quest. Convenient. Yes! Yes! This is it! This is the future! Gee, ma'am, you sure do seem happy. No doubt I do. I've successfully visualized the swimsuit more elegant than anything that has come before it. For the designer, no joy is comparable. I need only acquire the materials, and my vision shall be realized. Ah, perhaps you can help. Us? Really? Yes, yes! Would you do something for me, perhaps in the name of the ancients, and all that is elegant? My new swimsuit design requires a certain material that is rare, but by no means unobtainable. I wonder if you would fetch it for me, perhaps. Welcome to one of the most difficult side quests I've had to deal with this game so far. Oh, thank you! It's rainbow leaves that I require. These are usually carried by florets, and I couldn't obtain them before because I tried and it wouldn't let me. 3 should suffice, I think. What's a floret? Keep up, Ollie boy! They're creatures that roam the shimmering sands, ain't they? You must have seen a couple. The thing is, with rainbow leaves, though... Ah, the fairy knows his fashion, I think. There indeed is an additional complication. The rainbow leaves that florets carry must be cooled down before you can pick them up. Otherwise, they wilt before your very eyes. This makes it a little difficult, I realize, but the designer's lot has never been easy. But how are we meant to cool them down if the florets are holding them? Oh, what's that icy spell you've got again? Frostbite it is! Try knocking the florets out with that. That should keep the leaves nice and cool, I reckon. That sounds like a plan, Mr. Drippy. Let's try it. If they didn't run faster than we could possibly keep up, yeah, that sounds like a plan. But we're gonna have to run after them, lock them in a corner, manage to pick up pace, and hope they don't disappear before I can get to them. I hate this side quest if you didn't gather. But with that, I think we're gonna end this episode here. It's been going on for a while. In the next episode, we're gonna get that side quest that's over that way, get that emotion from that person over there, and then we'll stop the guy who stole that guy's pot. See you guys then.